How do you know as an entrepreneur when to start buying back your time to things that, is either slowing you down from growing your business or things that you hate or are bad at doing, right, for growing your business? But before we get into that, here's how these videos are going to work because I'm building my business in public daily with these videos. It's helping me with accountability. And I'm on a path to $10,000 a month. This is day 22. And the topic of today's video is going to be buying back your time, how to think about it through entrepreneurs. Now, I do not claim to be an expert in any of this, just to be very clear. So I'm going to walk through the process of me thinking about this. I've been talking a lot with my wife about this. I have limited time. I know everyone does. We've got a young family. I'm working at a 9 to 5, so it's like the amount of time that I'm actually working on the business is not as much as I would like. So I have to get rid of some of the stuff that I'm personally involved in our house, in our life, whatever. Also, what we're going to do is maybe talk about things that happened in the business today, which at the moment isn't a lot because it's 5:49 a.m. But at the end, we're going to be talking about important things tracker. What is this? This is a metric tracking thing where I look at the things that I'm trying to grow the most. And then when they don't grow, I'm like, this is very annoying. How do I make this happen faster? And it just helps me think about it. So, in my opinion, the things that we see every single day are the things that we change more frequently. And that's what I'm trying to do. So, in the comments, guys, I'd love to just sort of build a community here of other entrepreneurs in progress. Let me know like what kind of daily accountabilities you have for growing your business or just things that you're thinking will work in the long run if you do it on a long enough time horizon. And for me, I'm just trying to build up, habits. I'm doing these videos, for example. So yeah, let's just get into it. Buying back your time. Um, so obviously well, maybe not obvious, but Dan Martell, right, wrote the book, Buy Back Your Time. I've never read it, but I've watched some of his videos where he sort of walks through the frameworks of it, and it just makes a ton of sense. So I'm gonna give him credit here for that. And what I'm really thinking about, so just to be very clear, I have a 9 to 5 job, which takes like 40 plus hours a week, right? Um, we have a 4 year old and a 1.5 year old. And I obviously just want to spend time with them too. Like, also married, great. Like, I have a family that I don't want to ignore. And I want to find, unfortunately, the word balance. I have to find some sort of balance. And it's frustrating because I know that, a lot of the top people say that, like, oh, balance is overrated. Because fundamentally, if you're not balanced, that means you're focusing more on one thing than other things, and that's how you get good. Like, all the greats just focus on one thing for a very long period of time, then they become amazing at it. Unfortunately for me, I didn't really start this journey until I was in my mid 30s, and I already had like a life established, and I'm very happy of where I'm at, to be quite honest with you. Um, but it's just tough trying to find time. Like, where do I do business stuff, right? Like I said, it's five whatever it is in the morning, and I work basically. I work exclusively when my kids are sleeping, or slash like it's bedtime. So I wake up pretty early. I do an exercise. I do my videos and everything like that. I basically like to think of it like lead gen, I guess, if you will, but not really on this channel per se. This is just sort of my daily habits. Um, and it's just really hard. So in the morning, I say I would have a let's go through the schedule. And I'd be really interested about your schedule too. Like, this isn't just about me. I want to know what's going on in your life too. So 4 a.m. we've got the wake up, the alarm's going off. Okay, 4:30 I do a workout. 5:30 I do work stuff. So like this. 7 o'clock I'm helping my wife with the kids. So helping with kids, get ready for the day and all this stuff. 7:45 I leave for work, my 9 to 5 job. I leave at 4:30 to pick up kids. And then from basically like 5 to 7 is family time. So we have dinner, whatever, we play, whatever, right? And then 7 till I'll say bedtime is work, and I try to be asleep by 10 p.m. 10 p.m. sleep. Sometimes like this gets this gets pushed forward and I'm sleeping at 8:30 just because like my body is like, nah, bro, like I can't even function right now. So this is like in the best case scenario. I have an hour and a half. I have 4.5 hours a day. That's best case scenario. I would probably say it's more realistic that it's like 3 hours a day. Because already this morning when I started working, my son woke up and my 4 year old, and so I had to deal with that because my wife was sleeping or whatever. So I mean, of course, yeah, she was sleeping. So I dealt with that. So I lost like 20 minutes already. That's how I think about it. Like I just get so stressed out when it's like, I know I have these blocks of time, but how am I doing it? So on the weekends, it's a little different. I guess everything up until this point is the same. So I wake up early, I do a workout, I do work stuff, and then maybe this time gets a little lax, meaning like I can kind of push back a little bit. My wife just has the kids in the bed or something or whatever. So maybe this is more like, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock when I go up and I help everyone. And then we do a lot of kids activities during the day. Um, I'm responsible for a lot of stuff around the house. I shouldn't say I'm responsible like it's my job, but I choose to do a lot of like the yard work, like mowing the lawn, leaf blowing, etc. Um, and we've had a lot of talks about like things to change in our process. And I'm just curious again, like what have you guys thought about this, like buying back your time? So what we've already done is grocery shopping. We've completely removed it, removed from our workflow. Now we haven't done the delivery part yet, but we have a store near us that's literally 5 minutes away. Um, it's a little more expensive than like say an Aldi or something like that. But at the end of the day, like we're focusing on how do we get our time back? Because it's not just for me. Like this whole thing that I'm gonna walk through is not just for me, but it's to do like the family time stuff. Like how do we optimize for our family, and how do we optimize for me, I suppose. So grocery shopping, removed from our workflow. Basically, like I was doing this with my son. Uh, and it just so happens that like when my wife and I met a long time ago and we moved in together, we both like were not making much money. She was making even less than I was, and I just wanted to remove that stress from her. So I just said like, I'll just handle the groceries. It's fine. And 10 years later, or however long it's been, I'm still sort of doing it, and it's fine. Um, she'd be open to doing it, but I'm like, well, let's just see like what's happening with this. And to our surprise, it's so cheap to have someone do it. Like the place near us charges us $3.99 for someone else to shop. For someone else to shop. So what this looks like, it's at $4 a week to save an hour. Now, like I said, the groceries are a little more, so maybe it's like, I don't know, 20 or $30 more. So for say $25 a week, we're saving an hour that we're having back to spend time with the family and all this other stuff. Now, when I look at like our 9 to 5 jobs, like my wife and I's time is more valuable than that. And when I look at what my future possibilities are in the business, like it's obviously way higher than that. So it's like, wow, this is so inexpensive. So this is something for you, like just to be honest with you, I would look into doing. It's pretty inexpensive. We looked at the delivery route, like an Instacart or something like that. Um, but we're just gonna try this for now and just see how it works. Now I get a lot of people would be like, oh, but what about like when they screw up the bananas? Yeah, I mean it's not gonna be perfect, but at the end of the day, we're just trying to spend a little money to get back a little time. That's all we're trying to do. Now, uh, a big one for me is yard work. Um, you know, like mowing, leaf blowing. I don't know. Both my wife and I, we do weeding, but like it's like how do we do this now? This is a lot more expensive. This is like um, hundreds of dollars each month. Um, so we're looking at this currently, but it's like we would have to sort of realign how we're spending our money now to be able to make it work, which is fine. But we're looking through this process. I mean, right now I'm recording this in the fall, So right now we're sort of less than like the mowing, but leaf blowing is gonna be occurring soon, and then like the winter with like shoveling or snow blowing, right? Because our driveway is pretty big, so like all under yard work I'll sort of do. Well, actually I'll do it like this: weeding, and then I'll just do like snow removal, right? Yard work slash driveway. So we're looking into all these things as well, because they're very like low friction, right? Because nothing really changes with this. We just are asking someone else to help us, right? And then yard work, it's like no one has to like enter our home or anything like that, whatever. They just kind of come, and we don't have to be even home for this. And these are the two things that I'm really working through. Like now there's other things where it's like we do so much laundry as parents of having two kids, so much laundry. So it's like what would that look like? And it's really not that expensive either, because I did look into this as well. It's basically it's like what was it, like $1.50 a pound or something like that of laundry. So it's like when you add up how much that is, that could be, I don't know. I honestly don't know because I don't like weigh my laundry, but let's say it's like $50 a week for all of our clothes. I'm not really too sure, but let's just say it's $50 a week. Like, would that be worth it? Now that's a little more friction because now we have to like bag up all the stuff. I don't know if we leave it outside. I don't know if we're like someone's gonna come in the house and like grab those bags. Like, do we leave them just by the garage? I don't know. So something else that we're looking at, but like this could be something else. What I've seen other entrepreneurs do is just unload things that they're terrible at as well. So for me, I just stopped editing my videos. I just completely stopped editing them. I did have editors at one point, and I was noticing that I was just getting the same amount of stats. Like I had people helping with thumbnails, editing, and the CTR was the same, the click through rate was the same, the like watch time was the same, all the metrics, like engagement was pretty similar. So it's like, what's the point? Like, so what I'm doing now on this channel and also my personal finance channel, because I have a personal finance business, I'm just making videos, no edits, and you probably can tell that just by watching this video. So I removed the editing process. For one, like I suck at it. I suck, and I hate it. So why would I do it, right? Why would I spend? I was spending money to pay for an editor. That again, the same things were happening, and then I was editing, and I suck and I hate it. So like, and get watch time was even worse, and I was like I was able to put out less content because I was editing it. It takes longer, right? I dreaded every single day knowing that like when I got home from work, if I knew I had a heavy video editing day, I hated it so much. I was like loathing the idea of going home and like, oh my god, I have to edit this stupid video for 2.5 hours and hopefully it's done in time. It's like I'd rather just however long we're talking here, 13 minutes. I'd rather just do it this way, and I know that there's an audience that's going to appreciate this at some point, right? So this is what I've noticed editing. You could probably, I've seen a lot of people get VAs, right? So obviously like that, just like admin tasks, maybe things like community management, right? And it's sort of the idea of like geo arbitrage, where I'm in the United States, for example, I could find someone in a less built up country, right? And someone that I would have to pay next door, like, a livable wage to do, I could pay this person like, I don't know, $500 a month to do all these things, whatever it is. And to them, that's a lot of money. And to me, that's like, wow, this is a tremendous savings of money for me. So it's like, we both get benefits because the cost, the amount of money that they're getting for the like cost of living in their country is like insane. And for me, again, if I was paying my neighbor to do certain tasks, I would have to pay them probably 3 times more or whatever. So just an interesting thought. And something that I've noticed having a personal finance business is finances. What? Why would you unload your finances? Well, I have a community. It's called Entrepreneur Cash Flow Lab. And what I'm doing here is I'm creating custom dashboards to help you untangle the business and the personal finances together, what this looks like. And it's so funny how this works because this was not my plan when starting a business. I have my other community here, Dollar Discipline University, and just a general like personal finance community. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna make this work. But what ended up happening is I was trying to sell to broke people because this was just inevitably attracting people that just don't have any money, right? And I was like, man, I don't understand what's happening. But of the 247 members, there are so many people in here that also have a business, or the business feeds everything. And the challenge that a lot of people have is like, oh man, I don't know how to create a budget for this. I don't know how to plan my business and my personal finances, right? And it's so messy. So this is what I'm doing for you. Like, I'm gonna do the messy work for you. It's sort of a done for you, so you can offload. What I've been noticing is like 4 to 8 hours potentially per month of doing finances, like budgeting and thinking about money and stuff like that. Like, if so editing for me was like such a pain, right? I suck and I hate it. So if you're going through finances and you suck and you hate looking at the financial part of it, what could you do with like 4 to 8 extra hours per month? Right? It's pretty significant. I'm imagining you would want to create more, solve more problems for your audience, right? And so what I'm basically offering in here, just to be very clear, guys, is the custom dashboards to untangle the business and the personal finances, show you where the money's actually going, maybe try to find some optimized ways to make more cash flow. Monthly calls to review your dashboards, like basically show you like, hey, this is what I did this month and this is what I'm seeing. Okay. And so it's not just like, hey, I did it for you, but it's like, hey, now this is what I'm seeing. Again, I've been in the finance industry for over a decade. And I've done cash flow analysis, income statements for companies that do millions and tens of millions a month. Okay. Just being in like their corporate finance team. And I've helped people individually now in my business. And I didn't know that this was going to be the path that I wanted to take, but I think this is just like the most logical step to take. Yeah. So basically it's I'm trying to, I'm trying to buy back your time so that you can be more valuable, like do the thing that you're actually good at and let me do the thing that I'm good at, right? Which is finances. So that's kind of it here. I do have to go. My kids are awake. The monitors are on, but the audio's off and we have some chaos. So I'm going to go through my important things tracker, talking about things that matter to me the most. So how much money did I make in the business today? I made $0. Let's go to the YouTube channels. Entrepreneurs in Progress is at 6 subscribers. My main YouTube account was 785. Looks like I lost subscribers there. Maybe because I'm going daily. People are annoyed with that. It is what it is. Entrepreneur Cash Flow Lab, we're at 4 members. And Dollar Discipline University is at 247. Okay. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you're an entrepreneur in progress and you kind of relate to these videos, let me know. Again, the accountability stuff, like what are you guys doing? And if you're interested in buying back your time with my cash flow community, let me know. The link's down in the description. I will see you tomorrow.